Okay, so apparently I've been live for 7 minutes, but my internet wasn't connected. So hopefully you ain't been sitting here waiting with the blue screen for 7 minutes. Um, well, welcome to Tax Tip Tuesday. Today's topic is the importance of bookkeeping. Um, Around this time of the year, because it is tax time, I talk a lot about taxes. Um, and the importance of bookkeeping because it directly impacts your taxes. So I am Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services, where we are about all things financial. I bring you over 35, almost 40 years, 2 more years, it'll be 40, maybe even 1 more year. 40 years experience in bookkeeping and accounting as well as tax preparation. So what I want to talk about is, and plus I have a master's in business accounting as well as administration. So the topic today is about bookkeeping, and I want to talk about the importance of bookkeeping in your business, okay? Because it does directly impact your taxes. Now, I've heard people actually say, I'm starting a business so I can pay less in taxes. You're actually in business to make more money, not to um, be at a loss. So the only way that a business is going to really reduce your personal income is if you take a loss through a business, right? Otherwise, like if you have W-2 income, then all of that's taxable. Your business is not going to reduce that tax debt. Okay, you're in business to make money, not lose money. So you, of course, would want to make sure that you pay appropriate taxes to account for both your W-2 income as well as your business income. And that's even if, like, if you're an S corp and you're a W-2 employee of your business, you still want to make sure that you have enough taxes taken off for your wages that will help reduce your tax liability. Okay, from a business standpoint or from a net profit still having been taxed standpoint. So, bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the day-to-day recording of your transactions. That's different from accounting. So let's be 100% clear on that. Um, the bookkeeping is actually the recording of any income that you receive, or revenues or invoices if you're on accrual basis, that you bill your clients, and the expenses that you pay for, whether you pay for them on net 30 or anything else, is right. If you're accrual basis, you would recognize that revenue or those expenses at the time you incur them, not necessarily when you pay them. Cash basis is when you pay them. But I'm saying all that to say your bookkeeping is important because when it comes down to taxes, it directly impacts your tax liability. But even before tax time, you want to code and keep track of your income and expenses so that you know when to pivot, how to pivot. So that's where accounting comes in. So accounting is the analysis of your financial statements, right? It's the preparation of your financial statements and then analysis of them. With accounting, you can determine the high seasons, low seasons in your business and make sound business decisions, like to inquire of the business, to borrow, when to borrow, things like that. Because most businesses have peak seasons, okay, where your orders or sales increase during a certain period of time. For some people, it's around the holidays, especially with products, right? Um, But then there's also probably different times in the year that it probably peaks as well. Well, if you're not tracking your bookkeeping, your day-to-day transactions, then you won't be able to have your financial statements to make a financial decision. So, what you want to prepare for example, if your peak season is December, but then is low until like June, you want to be able to strategically plan your expenses because your revenue going to be less to cover from January through June when your next peak season is, right? So if your monthly revenues does not cover your monthly expenses, you rely on the revenues or profits from the peak season to cover and sustain you throughout the year, right? Until the next peak season comes. So that's the importance of accounting piece. Now, the accounting garbage in, garbage out, right? So if your bookkeeping is garbage, then your accounting is not going to be as effective or efficient because the numbers doesn't is not correct. So you're making decisions on bogus numbers, right? So you want to be careful about that as well. So with TLJ Professional Services, we offer bookkeeping, accounting, tax preparation, getting you loan ready, business formation, and business coaching. So I do what's called a CFO review every year so that if you're somebody that's been doing your own books throughout the year, you probably want a professional look at your income and expenses, not just from okay, I want to make a major purchase in my business, but to see if there's ways for you to reduce your tax liability, right? Because your business or your bookkeeping directly impacts that as well. So I'm putting in the chat our Calendly for our CFO review services. This is I put the link that has the three pay versus pay in full. Um, I do have a pay in full, which is at a cheaper price. If you're interested in that, you could definitely reach out and I'll send you the link for that. But this live is really stressing the importance of bookkeeping in your business because especially if it's a business and not just a hobby or a hustle, because for most people, a hustle is just making sure that you have the money to make ends meet. You're not really looking to be strategic in your business. You're not looking to expand your business, things like that. You're using it as a survival technique. Now, if you're operating your business and you're looking to grow and leave a legacy and all of those things, then it's very important for you to have bookkeeping as well as accounting. So you can get a full charge bookkeeper, which does both. So that's what we are. We're full charge bookkeepers as well as accountants. So we offer both services, bookkeeping as well as accounting. So you pay for like a full charge bookkeeper. So you get the best of both worlds because not only will your numbers be correct month to month, you're able to look at and we review your financial statements with you so that you can make sound decisions, not just on your high and low season, but perhaps you're thinking of expanding or opening a new location or, things like that. All of that matters with your finances, right? No matter what lender you go to, they want to know your financial records. Now, most hard money lenders or MCAs, the merchant advance companies, they don't care about your financials. They care about your bank statements where they want to see the money come in, and then what it goes out and pay. But from a business growth, from a business, what's a good word? If you're trying to expand your business, grow your business, leave your business as a legacy, or even build it to the point where you could sell it, your financial records matter. Okay, so that's where your daily bookkeeping, your transactions, recording your transactions correctly, um, and seeing where you're either underspending or overspending in your business, that makes a major impact on your financials. So by having an accountant, they're able to go over your numbers and compare your numbers, your percentages, your percentage of spend, right, to industry averages. And you can make pivotal moves that could save money in your business. Okay. Your business structure matters, right? So this is the last day of February. January and February just went on right on by me. They went so fast. It make my head spin. But we're gearing up for the March 15th deadline. So if you are a partnership, LLC, or a S corp, um, your taxes are due on March 15th. Okay. If your books are not in order, then you need a CFO review. If you don't know what your numbers were, you don't know none of it, you need a CFO review. Okay. You need to be able to see where your money came in, see how much money you made, Did you make more than last year? Do you even know? Because your bank account cannot really tell you how to really operate your business. Okay, a bank account can tell you, okay, this was money that you received all year. This is expenses you paid out all year. But what is your numbers compared to the industry average? Are you in the right business structure, right? Which directly impacts your taxes and your tax liability. So, something that I always talk about that people don't realize. So, in the LLC business, for example, you could get your business, so single member LLC, you could get your tax liability down to, or partnerships, right? LLC, period, you could get your tax liability down to zero, meaning your taxable income is zero, therefore the tax is zero. But if you had a profit in your business, you're still responsible for the self employment tax. That's after the tax liability. So it normally adds to whatever your tax liability is. That means you still got a tax bill, right? And you would have that even in a partnership on your K1. If you're an LLC, it did not elect to be taxed as an S Corp, you still have to pay self-employment tax. Okay. As an S corp, you would not have to pay self-employment tax because you're supposed to have yourself on salary. Okay, and then you're paying into your OH survivor benefits, which is Social Security and Medicare, through your payroll. When you work for a company or you're an employee, right, of a company, they take those taxes out of your paycheck every payday. Okay. They're also responsible for paying half. So you as an S corp, you get both ends, right? Your employer, which is you, um, pays half of your Social Security and Medicare, but you, the employee, also pay half of Social Security and Medicare. Therefore, you don't have that surprise tax at the end or during tax season in your LLC business, that because you were profitable, which you're in business to make a profit, right? Because you're profitable, you'll still have to pay that self employment tax. So I always recap the my what is this called? This platform, StreamYard. It was streaming and I wasn't even connected. So by the time I actually jumped on, it had been 7 minutes for me to leave out of my office, come downstairs to my main office that I work from. So I am Tracy L. Tate. I am the CEO of TLJ Professional Services. We are about all things financial, and today's Tax Tip Tuesday is about the importance of bookkeeping. Okay, so bookkeeping is the day-to-day recording of your transactions, money in and money out, as well as if you are accrual basis where you invoice and pay net 30, things like that. It's the accounting for your activities, okay, your day to day activities. Versus an accountant actually looks at your financial statement and analyze your numbers compared to industry average, as well as compare yourself against your own business, right? Um, Compare yourself to the prior year, right? Are you making more this year versus last year? Has your spend increased or decreased? So you, as an accountant, we use your numbers, your financial statements, your bookkeeping to compare to prior periods so that we can know when to pivot if you have highs and low seasons. Um, and then also, if you want to expand, if you want a business loan, things like that, all of that stuff matters. So timing is of essence. Um, with with the changes that you can make, it should be done before year end. If you don't have a bookkeeper on retainer, you should get one. Invest in your business because um, it can make or break your business from a tax liability or from a decision making. Okay. So, like for us, our lowest monthly bookkeeping package is 750. That's an investment of 18,000 a year. If you make over 100,000 a year, 18,000 a year is nothing to make sure that you are recording your transactions correctly and having those abilities to pivot where needed and have the funds to grow your business. Okay. So it's an investment in your business. Again, I put in the chat our CFO review service. That service is actually reviewing the work that you've done, or maybe you had a bookkeeper but not an accountant all year. So we get you tax prep ready in the CFO review service. We make sure that your transactions are coded correctly, that you've accounted for and everything makes sense. We comb your GL, so we do a reconciliation of every single general ledger account that you have, as well as your bank reconciliation to make sure that everything ties out and that you're taking advantage of all the deductions that you can have. Now, as a strategy, depending on what your goal is for the next 2 years, you may not want to write off everything, right? So you want to show more profit because you're planning to buy a house or buy another business and things like that. You're trying to get a loan, right? You want to make sure that you're loan ready. So that CFO review not only gets you tax prep ready, but it also gets you loan prep ready. Okay. So take advantage of that. I did put the link with the 3 pay versus the pay in full, but we do have an option to pay in full, which is discounted from the 3 pay. Um, but we're here to help you, whether it's for last year, 2022, or you're now looking at and you're projecting your 2023 to be a more profitable year. You want to make sure that the money that you receive in, the revenues that you make, that you're using them wisely, using those funds wisely, and it actually aid in your growth and not hinder your growth. So we take clients all year long, whether it's in tax prep, whether it's in bookkeeping or accounting. So we welcome you as you come. Go ahead and get on our calendar. Go ahead and get your CFO review. It's worth it. And of course, everything that we do is a tax write off. It's either consulting, professional fees, or educational. So, with our courses, with our trainings, it could be educational as well. So, this has been Tracy L. Tate, CEO of TLJ Professional Services. We are about all things financial. I bring you over almost 40 years of experience in bookkeeping, accounting, as well as taxes, as well as coaching and mentorship. Um, I have a master's in business, a master's in accounting, as well as a master's in public administration. And it has been my honor and pleasure to bring you this Tax Tip Tuesday. And the word bookkeeping is vital to your business. Okay. So I'll see you next week on Tax Tip Tuesday. Have a blessed last day of February is gone. The tax deadline, if you are an LLC partnership or you are an S Corp, is March 15th. You have to get those done so that you can get your K1s out to your shareholders and they have enough time to get their personal taxes done. Okay. Or file an extension, but you still have to let your shareholders know because then they have to file an extension on their personal taxes as well. Okay. So get your taxes done. You get on our calendar for tax prep as well. I will actually put that in the chat. Let's see here, Calendly, before I jump off of here. So tax prep consultation, I'm dropping that link now. I've already dropped the link for CFO review. If you need help with or want a solid review of your business activities for last year, then we do that. And then, of course, we can do CFO review going forward on a monthly or a quarterly or annual basis, because that is the accounting review, not the bookkeeping. It's the accounting. So it's overseeing what activities happen in your day-to-day bookkeeping. So I look forward to seeing you on my calendar, and you have a blessed week.